so I make sure I don't forget anything. I want to get
Yeah,
everything I
yeah,
can
yeah.
out.
You just bring them out. Go for it.
All right. Golly. Okay. So I started. I was mainly an Overwatch 2 player. Like I started on the Switch actually in college is how I started.
Yep,
I think I
that's
like
crazy.
had like a couple of minutes in Overwatch 1 when it came out, so I knew about it. And then someone told me about Overwatch 2. I started on the Switch. Eventually transitioned over to I'm on PlayStation now, and one day I want to play it on PC. I just got to
Right,
get there
right. Yeah, I got
financially
you.
and whatever.
Yep, understand.
Um, and I just like I think I was a college athlete, so I used to play baseball, and I think I just love that like competition aspect of it. And so like I really just want to get I get a little obsessive with it. And I just want to get really freaking good at like the heroes and the game itself that I play.
Got coaching, I guess goals wise for you is more like I'm seeing here you just kind of play a little bit of everything, and I assume goals wise, I'm looking here, you'd like to hit diamond with all roles by the end of the year if possible.
Actually, I hit that, so I'm gonna need to
Oh,
come up with a new goal.
crazy. Okay, okay, okay. Congrats.
Well,
Where are you at with all your
I don't know
ranks?
what I'll do with DPS. I'm like plat 1, diamond 5 DPS. I keep flipping
Yeah,
back and forth,
I mean that
especially
still
since
counts.
the
You hit it,
Winston.
so good
Yep,
stuff.
yep. And this new placement, I managed to hit Masters 5 on tank. This first Masters
Oh
game I'd ever
wow,
been in.
crap, that's
Yeah.
great. I mean, it makes
So
sense given the fact
I've
that's
been
where your time has
watching.
been put, right? Like you
Yeah, I've
said,
been
flex
watching like
queue.
crazy and trying to put in hours.
Okay,
So I
cool.
mean, my new goal, I guess I could say Masters all role
That would be
sometime
nuts.
next year.
That would be
That would
insane.
be pretty awesome. But I
That
understand that. I think I also put in there like I'm kind of interested in like team play at some point in the
yep,
future. I don't
I'm
think I
seeing
want to do
that.
it for console, but for like when I move to PC.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'd probably
okay.
have to pick a role. I'd understand.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I definitely think that that's probably going to be the best case scenario if you're going to go for team play. But I mean, in the meantime, you can just play the game you want to play it and see where you go from there. So, I mean, if you're able to hit masters with tank, like you're probably already going to be able to find some team options when you do pivot to PC. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, you're going to have to transition into PC, but I people who transition into PC generally don't really have too much of a problem, even mechanically. You'll pick it up pretty fast, so you'll be just fine. So if you do make that transition, you can kind of decide how you want to approach your team play focus from there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay, sweet.
Um,
I think I'd heard in past videos that like you had like resources or something that you offered like or just like links or like where to check out
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. There's a
when you
few Discord
transition.
servers you could join. I mean, you're in one of them.
Okay.
Overwatch University, I think, has a LFT,
Mhm.
but there's competitive Overwatch as well. There's GG Go Next, I think, is the one. It's been a long time. No, Get Good. Sorry, Get Good is the
Okay.
Discord server. But yeah, you could just message me and I'll send you the links. I don't know how up to date they are. My information is literally 5 years out of date in that regard, but I'm probably would guess that there's still LFTs, in there, so you could shoot your shot. But and then kind of once you get plugged in into the quote unquote scene, it gets a little easier,
Okay.
once you know and you start to make connections. But yeah,
Okay.
okay. What are we looking at today?
Um, I know it's probably not good to like be split in time and stuff, but
No, that's fine.
big Winston player, so I
Yep,
have some Winston codes.
yep, makes sense.
Um, when they run like Malga Reaper Torb, I go Sigma, but I
Yep,
do
it's
love
good.
Sigma as well.
That's a good
Um,
spot. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like my tank, I'd say my tank hero pool is mainly Winston Sigma, and I
Mm-hmm.
have time on Diva Hazard, and so I'm gonna ask some questions about like the pool and like when to
Let's do
do
it.
what with each,
Yeah.
and then mostly DPS is pretty much only Tracer.
Okay. Okay. Let's quickly finish up the form here.
Okay.
Obviously, at the time of the form, you talked about playtime being relatively sporadic due to your work schedule, and
Yes.
you struggle a little bit with late night queuing. Where are you at right
Yes.
now with that?
I had one recently that was pretty frustrating. I think it's just the one, and it was so frustrating. It was like on console, it's really bad. I think it was like a Zimming Malga Mercy Pocket, and I had to like try and play
That is
Winston
crazy.
on Lijiang. So there's not
That
like
is
any high
crazy.
grounds like around me.
Yeah, not the best Winston map.
So
Yeah,
that one for me was like, I think I'm gonna avoid late night queuing for a long time after that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, man, I'm like this is just like brute honesty here. Like I don't know how anybody plays high level console. Like I know that they've cracked down and zimming a lot,
I know.
but
I'm
like
really
it's
hoping that that yeah, after they cracked down on it and they did all that, that I won't see it as much. But Winston especially was like there's like a soldier mercy pocket and like that's
Uh,
another thing I want to ask about dealing with mercy because like I'll jump the Zim pocket and I'll
yeah.
just sit there zapping them while the mercy heal beams. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, I would just be so tilted with that. Like honestly, like that would not make me happy. So kudos to you. You can obviously still improve, but you know, if when you do transition over, we'll have a much easier time. So okay. Any questions about schedule? I think you're very well aware if you've seen any of my videos what I would recommend and what you ought to be doing.
Just what times of day? Like, my work is very flexible, although it ends very soon. I'm on a contract. But like, just what times of day, I guess, do you recommend are best to like
Um,
avoid?
Depends on when you wake up.
Okay.
I would say anywhere 3 to 4 hours after you wake up, 4 to 5 hours is probably optimal. I mean, think about like when you played your best, probably like athletically. For me, for most people, it's usually early afternoon, late morning. Probably your peak athletic performance, and
Okay.
that's going to be the same with that. So you need a couple hours to wake up, to warm up, to be alert, circadian rhythm, and all that nonsense, right? And
Okay.
then you're able to cue and yeah, I always play my best late morning, early afternoon. So if you have that opportunity to play, then yeah, that's gonna be best. But it
Okay.
also depends on your work, right? Like there's a reason why I do most of my coaching late morning, early afternoon,
Mhm.
because that's my most important thing that I do all day, right? So if I were to like grind Overwatch and then coach afterwards, I probably wouldn't be coaching as well. So it just depends on like what your priority is for the day, you know? Okay. Um, any other questions before we move on? I know you had something written down about the transition to PC. If when you do, any tips for that?
Yeah, just like general, I guess like hardware. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hardware
Sure.
questions and whatnot.
Yep,
Just like
yep.
general
I
suggestions.
would just immediately YouTube a optimal Overwatch competitive settings video. There's probably a
Okay.
bunch out there. They probably almost all have good advice. If not optimal advice, it'll be better than what you have. So just do that immediately.
Okay.
I would highly recommend a 144 frame per second monitor and make sure that you have the settings turned on in your PC that it actually works. So there's 240 whatever frame monitors, which are pretty cool. And you will notice a difference, but it is kind of diminishing returns. Like 144 to 60 is a huge noticeable gap. Like it's going to help you play better. But beyond that, it's like it just gets a lot more expensive and it's probably not worth a
Mhm.
huge jump. So 144
Is it like
frames minimum.
it makes me think of like 4K like TV resolution versus like HD,
Yeah,
and I'm like
exactly.
I can kind of see the difference, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It's like 480 to 720 is huge, 1080 is nice, and then after that, it's like kind of diminishing. Um, so yeah, I'd say 144 frames. I don't know what your internet speed is like, but anywhere from like anything under 100 latency is fine. You prefer lower, obviously. Do a quick YouTube search of best Overwatch settings. Follow that mostly to a T. You can experiment with it as you like. And then in terms of sensitivity, that's going to be so there's a term called eDPI, which is basically your mouse's polling rate, which is how fast your mouse moves by itself outside of Overwatch, multiplied by the in-game Overwatch sensitivity. So the really simple way of looking at it is what is my mouse's DPI, which you can look up on your mouse's hardware,
Mhm.
and then multiply that by your in-game sensitivity. And that number needs to be anywhere from 3,000 to 8,000. Very little negotiation between those numbers. So if you're a tank player, you can probably get away with closer to 6,000, 5,000, 7,000, something like that. If you're like a more support player, more aim support player, not as much movement of your crosshair like I am, probably closer to 3,000, somewhere around those lines. That's kind of where mine is. But you really don't want more than that. So you're going to need to have the mouse pad space, if I would say laterally, east to west, at least 12 inches would be great. And then have your in-game sense times your DPI be somewhere around 4, 5, 6,000, somewhere around there. But that's just good general guidelines, and then that's about honestly that's about it. Beyond that, in terms of like the actual transition outside of hardware, I would spend time either playing Vaxta, playing Quick Play. If you have an aim trainer like Kovacs that you want to do that might have specific set drills, those can be really good at isolating mouse skills, just like mouse control, tracking, flicking, whatever, just to get comfortable with it. And then you just get in a game and you're fine. That's basically all there is to it. Make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions? Because I know you said you had taken some notes there. I don't know if some of those are still
Yeah, I
relevant
have
or
a bunch of questions
let's
coming
do
up,
it.
but I'll wait for replays and stuff.
Okay, I mean that's about all I got. So we can jump right into it if you like.
Okay. So just send the first code in the
Mm-hmm.
chat. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's do. This is Ilios Winston, and I feel like I should have won this map, but obviously I screwed up in some parts.
Yeah, it's a decent. It's a decent Winston map. Outside of Ruins, Ruins is pretty rough, but
I think, yeah, because I really feel like we should have won it. Because, yeah, we won Ruin, so I was like, there's no way I lose this map.
okay, why this code? You just lost, felt like you should have won, so probably a good one to look at, or
They
what?
go, there's actually a very specific point. They go Malga Reaper after we win first fight. Oh, I didn't even know they were Reaper the whole time. But they go Malga Reaper, and it's on well. There was a specific point where I had a question, and then here, Ruins went pretty well. We can just kind of skim through most of Ruins, I think.
Yeah, so do you want to like look at this like a normal replay code, or do you want to kind of skim through to your question points? Like, it's up to you.
I'm trying to think. Could we like skim through fights? Like, just if you see anything big, like point it out and go over it. But yeah,
sure.
Because I think this went pretty decent.
You know, obviously angling here, it's fine. I would say you could probably go deeper here, you know, and avoid using your jump. So, like, the big thing with Winston is just off angles, right? And so jumping damage is really important, but obviously if you can't get your jumping damage without dying, it's not worth it. So, like, you've already taken this free lane here. You just need to keep walking all the way around and just keep angling until you connect with somebody. The more inconvenient it is to deal with you, the better it is. This is too convenient, if that makes sense. So... I mean, she explodes, but I don't even think she used her cooldowns. Yeah, she didn't even fortify. So that's kind of on her, and like that's not something you can really count on. So we'll go through. Needed a deeper angle. Now I don't normally do this here, so if anything I say doesn't make sense, let me know, because I generally don't do blitz reviews here, so we're making a lot of assumptions here.
You have to win 2 fights because my supports don't cap the point here. I didn't realize.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Good staging. Good disengage. Yeah, that is crazy. You guys didn't cap that. Good angle, good timing, good engage. Go ahead.
Question with Bastion and Reaper to an extent.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Bubble worth turret form? Or should I always play to like bait and get out?
It absolutely is, because you can't, but here's the thing is you can't control whether the Bastion turret forms or not. You get what I'm saying? So you might think, oh, but I can bait turret form. Yes, sometimes you can, but good Bastions are not going to get baited. They're going to they're going to shoot you in the head with your normal form, force turret bubble, and then they're going to turret it, right? So basically the way to look at it is optimally, yes, but don't ever play with that in mind, because that's a mistake on the Bastion and you can't control him. What you do is you do this, and you say, hey, even if Bastion turret forms this sucks for the enemy team. Like, this is, even if this Brig plays this better and lives, the Brig has to turn around, the Bastion has to turn around, the Reaper's shooting, maybe the Moira has to throw a healer back here. Like, it's just a good engage. That's it. It's a good engage. You force turret, I don't care. Like, when you're playing with Winston versus these hard counters, your cycle is very, very brief, right? Your bubble explodes and you have to get out, correct? But that doesn't mean that your cycle is not valuable. It just is shorter. That's fine. So, like, if you get turret form here and you get your bubble force, that's fine. Just preserve your HP and don't jump out. So this is great. Yeah, this is perfect. Because this is still valuable. I mean, look at where the Bastion is. Look at where the Malga is. Look at the Moira. Like, they have not taken any space right now, and so your team's just going to murder them. And then here, you just pop your alt fire while you're waiting, you know? Yeah, this is good. And then from here, I just use your bubble. Yep. I mean, it's a bit of a goofy engage for sure. Like, that's just you getting sloppy because you're like, oh yeah, we won this. We won this. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta stay focused. So. Yeah, I mean, it just was a sloppy second engage, and that just kind of cost you.
Oh, I wasted primal.
Yeah, you waste primal as well. Like, your primal here, again, it's the same thing with your bubble engage. It's incredibly powerful versus this composition, but it's incredibly short-lived. Like, you cannot, you're like, wow, you know, like doing everything, and then you're out, like, instantly. You get 600 HP, that's you need to get out, you know? So, it's also tricky, too, because, like, yeah, go ahead.
You need to tell me if I have, like, the White Boy Primal. Like, I really have been trying to practice and, like, really improve.
Yeah, I mean, well, I will look.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
got
see,
it.
this is just a misplay, right? So, like, I don't think you going in here is necessarily bad. I mean, I know you're down one. It's just not a very good jump. So the problem here is, you know what? I won't even say it's a bad jump. It's all right. It's coming in from the angle. The problem here is that have this angle here, and you're staged to approach from here, and instead you jump to the Bastion. Now you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with the Bastion? You know, he's low. You know, his turret form's basically over. It's fine. It's not so much that the target's the problem. The target's fine. The problem is that you had to use a jump. You staged here, so use what this bubble gives you on this side without using your jump. You understand?
Yeah, if I didn't use jump, I could have outplayed the Malga Slam.
The Malga, the Moira, the Ana, like you just get so much more from this angle than you do here. This is too convenient for the enemy team to deal with. They're already looking this way anyway, right? Okay. And then exactly, you needed to outplay the Malga Slam, and so it's like, I don't know, like the big thing that we're seeing here is that you're taking an angle on first fight and in this particular fight here, and then you're not using the staging that you got. When you were here, you took the high ground and then just used the staging that you got, which ended up being Brig Bastion, but yeah, that's fine. Just take what's here. It could have been Moira Reaper. You still would have shot him, right? So just don't force these jumps. Like I look at jump more as an opportunity to stage and not always as I'm going to use it to engage. The whole point of staging is so that you don't have to use your jump unless you want to, you know? So the staging's good, and then you just jumped in, and that's just no good. Yep, good. Okay, not your problem, it's too far away. Deepen your angle. Keep going, keep going. This is we need to keep going, right? Like you've chosen right side, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get to here, you know? Bubble off, mega, zap, dance with the Bastion. You get what I'm saying? This is your lane now because this is where you chose to stage. You get what I'm saying?
So I had another question about like the lane. I've heard a lot of the lane theory recently. Is Winston very much like I pick this lane, I stick to it? Because
yes.
like I feel like with your jump, you can kind of like switch lanes. Like
you can, okay. But do you have a good reason to switch lanes right now?
Not right now, but I'm trying to think. Like I think it'll come up. Like I guess I'll run. So I'll be on this lane and say I run into the Reaper if he was still alive.
Yeah.
And so I got to bubble and bubble dance the Reaper.
Yeah.
May or may not force his Wraith, or I force attention there. That's fine instead of like
correct.
switching sides and looking.
Yeah.
For...
I mean, if there's a Widowmaker half HP, then yeah, please switch lanes. You know, there's always nuance, right? Use your brain, right? But don't you know? Again, you were set up here, so use here. You know, so you were set up on first fight here, so don't jump all the way across over here. You know, it's just a question. It's not just about a waste of time. It's more along the lines of like you had a lane, and whenever you jump across, it's easier for the enemy team to look at you. In the same way when you jump here, it was easier for them to look at you. In the same way when you jumped here, it was easy for the enemy team to look at you because you actually didn't have an angle at all. That's the problem. So like if you jump this Malga, you won't have a lane at all. This is fine. Okay, keep going. Yep. Sure. I mean, you could have also just dropped on the Ana as well because that's where you were staged, right? Like that's, again, like a question of like what's going to kill that Reaper more? Me doing this or me waiting for them to walk through and dropping on them like this? Do you see what I'm saying? This probably is better. I don't think what you did was bad, though. But again, I want you to just kind of highlight you don't necessarily need to be a mistake punisher. You just need to use the spaces you're in and punish from where you are. So this is not bad. It just you can kind of see what I'm saying, correct? And again, why do you get punished? Because where were you with your staging? You're in front of the enemy team, right? Now, could you have disengaged to the high ground? Yes, that would have been much better. But just something to consider. Like, in a weird way, like, okay, so this is really strange. I want you to look at this engage from, like, should I be doing this thing? I'm on the right lane. Malga slams into me. Is this a trade that you're very comfortable with?
If I bubble dance it correctly, he won't get a lot of HP from me.
But on paper, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense.
Like,
and yet,
I'd rather obviously be zapping on.
Correct. And yet it doesn't go that badly because look at where his attention is. Do you see it? It's away backwards. It's backwards, and he's standing in the open while he's doing it. So as long as you bubble dance this one and use your lane correctly, which you do, he's actually going to lose a lot of HP for that. Now, he forced your bubble, like that's a pretty big deal, but you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've got cover, I've got the lane here, and I mean, look at his HP and look at your HP. How is that possible? You know what I'm saying? So this is a perfect example of like the worst case scenario. Like you're 1v1ing a Malga, right? And yet it didn't go terribly because you actually just stuck to your lane. You weren't in front of the enemy team. You were off to the side. Now you need to stay with that. So where should you be leaning right now? Like post bubble, where should you be leaning?
I wonder if I can set up that back right high ground.
Correct. Yeah. You probably just need to be AFKing, holding here, and then maybe even jumping out to here and waiting for your next bubble cycle and poking, right? Exactly. So just don't lose HP here and you're good. I mean, you forced nano. Like how? Like how did you force nano?
Oh wow, I didn't think of that.
You know what I'm saying? Now I question this is risky without bubble, but again it's just there's nuance, right? You saw an opportunity, you went for it. It's fine. It's not good to do things without bubble, but sometimes it is. You know, just use your sense. Okay. Yeah. This is good. Now you have to touch.
Oh, I have to.
Yeah, so it's fine. Let's see the white boy primal here. Okay, so the most important skill with primaling, like really 90% of primaling, is the correct jump. So this should be a short jump. Are you familiar with that term? You cut off for a second. Are you familiar with that term?
It's okay. Yeah, I know about the forward, the short, the
neutral, right?
Neutral
Yeah. So this should be a
question about.
Yeah, go for it.
Like the really, really good ones. Well, I'm trying to, like, say I'm on top of this soldier. The really, really good ones, it's like
2 HP, by the way. 2 HP. That's crazy. That is crazy. Go ahead.
So they'll like primal on top of a target, and they'll smack, and they'll jump, and it looks like they like double smack him in the air. And like that's like obviously like I watch a lot of OWCS. That's like the professional ones. It's like really good. I mean that's the goal, but I feel like sometimes my primals are basically just like smack, jump, and I just kind of do that like all throughout the map, and that's like okay-ish. But like if I wanted to like have a really really good primal, I'd want to learn like the smack and like I guess they like smack, wait a little, jump, and then have like a double smack in the air, and then
they'll get the end of you'll get the end of the first animation. I mean, there's a lot of micro to this, right? So it's just about low hanging fruit, right? A lot of what it's getting the right jump and then being able to corner the target as appropriate. So like you look at this right here, and it's not that stuff doesn't matter, but that's probably going to be a rabbit hole that you need to go on your own, right? Okay. But for the priorities here, it's hitting a smack here, and then landing the jump. And this was almost good. But honestly, it wasn't too... Go ahead.
When they primal correctly, is it the jump lands exactly on the target, or is it
right in front of them? But right in front of them, because you want to maintain control of them. And it also depends. Like, let's say the soldier was full HP. You would also want to ask yourself, where do I want to direct this soldier?
Okay.
Because if you're thinking, I want to direct him towards the left, towards a wall, like I want to shove him this way, then what would actually happen is you do probably a neutral jump, and you'd instead land to his side here and crank him this way. So you'd actually change to a neutral jump because you're going a little bit further because you're actually angling off to the side.
Okay.
So this is why it just has to be done very quickly. But the two LDRs that you want to stay on them, jump the distance accordingly to do so, and then crucially, you need to corner them. You need to get them into a wall, just so it's easy to land that follow-up. But yeah, this is fine. Like, there's all sorts of like little micro tech with Winston, with Primal, but it's just like it's not that important. And if you watch the vast majority of high-level Winston players, the reason that they're successful with the Primals is because they don't mess up the basic stuff. They get the basic stuff right every time, you know? So yeah. Good choice of perks, I think. Definitely chain lightning.
I had a take. I don't ever take heal bubble now. Like, maybe it's just because I play against like Mount.
It depends on what you're playing versus. This is what you're playing versus, right? Like Storm Arrow and your bubble's gone. So just chain lightning.
I don't know if the healing was enough for the healing bubble, even if they were like running.
Might be right. You might be right. It's really situational though, because basically what happens is in your rank, And I'm not even saying your rank is low. I'm saying up until like a lot of high, like people are obsessed with countering monkey. It just seems like that's like the thing, right? So the reason that means that when people get into higher ranks and they understand that I should not be obsessed with countering monkey with just more raw damage, we're going to go Tracer. We're going to go Genji. We're going to mirror you and dive. Then the heal bubble starts to have value. But yeah, more of a small thing.
Okay.
So you'll probably pick Chain Lightning 75% of the time, I'd say, maybe more. Yeah, I mean, this is okay. My big thing here is that, again, like you have all this staging and all this scouting. I mean, you know the backline's here, right? Like you could just dry dive here, slide here, and then decide what you want to do from here. My problem is that you started to stage and it just kind of stopped.
Okay. I like Sea Reaper, and I'm like, oh, I'm good enough at bubble dancing, like I can take it, but that's not what I should be looking for.
Well, remember, we're not looking just so much for target party. This isn't bad because it's Reaper necessarily, although that's part of it. It's just you have a staging for a deeper lane here. Malga's way over here. Reaper's a wave away from you. Why not just stage deeper here or stage deeper here? Focus on your lane, you know? Don't bail off, because remember, in terms of convenience, how convenient is it for them to focus you down here? You know, you're just right in front of them, right? Now you're not always going to be able to hard flank or take a deeper angle, but they just gave it to you for free, so why not? You know. You want to see something sad?
Hey, what happened here? How does he? Oh no. Does she fall from that?
41 HP.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you just didn't do a lot. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, there wasn't a lot that you did, basically. Because you just didn't stage. We didn't get a deep enough angle. You started to stage and then just stopped, essentially. And by staging, I'm specifically wanting you to get onto a deeper lane, a deeper angle, to use what your angle gives you. That's all. Like, your advantage versus this composition is your mobility. If you don't use it, you're gonna fumble. It's like right now, what staging is available to you with the information that you have?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say I could do the whatever that building is, the top of the building, like I did first time. But I'm thinking like the Malga could shoot me out.
You could, right?
I don't think there's anyone on that far high ground. Like I could.
Yeah, just walk here, go here.
Oh yeah.
There's literally nobody here, and you have that full information, right? So just okay. So then, what would you do from here?
I want to drop on that Hanzo.
Yeah, you could drop in the Hanzo. You could alt fire and then jump to here, and then go from here. And again, all the attention goes, oh frick, you know, Winston, oh no, oh yeah. Then you can drop bubble zap, go from here, disengage, right? Just use your mobility, man. Like think about how many fights you win off of on ruins just by pulling their attention in the wrong direction, you know? So like this alt fire is fine, but this alt fire needs to be used while you're staging and not while we're waiting.
Because you're walking towards my
right. So if you're pulling their attention here, look at where their attention is already. Like this is not a distraction. So you're a little bit too target pilled right now, and your staging is like one step. Like this slam here hit like 3 people, right? That's not good. That should have been you or BAP, not both. Okay.
Oh my, somebody has this EMP fight.
I mean, this is okay, right? And look at this, right? Look at where your team is. Look at where they are. This is okay. So you could even bubble this here, right? Because if this Malga turns on you, what's going to happen to his HP? We saw that on ruins, right? It's expensive, right? It's expensive. This is great. Good staging. Great dive. Really, really well done. You see that? I mean, even without EMP there, he freaking melts. That Malga does. He gets destroyed. Good job. Way to use your mobility there. That was beautiful. Sure. It's very satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great. You could even stage if you want to, like up here if you'd like. This is a really good angle for you, just like a good starting position, just while you're listening.
Funny, like watching OWCS has really helped me like with like really niche and weird starting positions.
Yeah. But you see here, this isn't great. You're gonna need to get off to the side somewhere here because what's on your screen, you know? Look at where you're. Right, they're all staged right behind you, so it's way too easy to poke you out. You're gonna get your bubble forced here really easily. So where's your staging here? So Reaper just teleported behind. You have Malga here. Where should you lean to right now? You got a couple of choices.
I was rotating. It's like I'm rotating towards this room. I
Yeah,
could rotate towards
you
like
could.
height,
You
or
could
just
go
keep
here.
like
You could go
wrapping.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you
behind.
could go back here, right? Because
Oh,
once Malga's dropped, right? Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. This is fine. This is fine. This is off to the side. You know, the only problem is that you didn't know what was there, if that makes sense. So like if you look at this here, you're looking at Hanzo, and this is fine because look at the Moira, look at the Hanzo, all these resources, right? You didn't see this. It's the only problem. That's all. You didn't see Goated Banana. And so you're like, oh crud, Briggs here. Like, so I look at this here and I'm like, you're probably gonna lose this fight, but I would have liked to have forced rally. You understand? So you weren't aware that she was there. And then unfortunately by the time you're primal, you're already down to.
oh, I lose him.
It's just visuals. That's all. It's visuals, and you can slow it down. There were no incorrect jumps here necessarily. Maybe that jump was a little long, but you just lost him. He lunged out, and you just lost him. You could have killed him, and then just bail sooner. You force the rally, get out. Like getting killed here is just like really, really bad. You don't want to get killed here. Okay. Where's your next staging here?
Oh, where are they?
With the information that you have, let's give you a little bit of context here. So Hanzo just one-shot your Sombra. Unlucky. Hanzo's over there. That's where Malga is. You jump Hanzo, he disengages. Your Symmetra teleports across. Now what do you do?
I'm thinking I could do top a point.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could even just drop here and bubble. I mean, look what you have,
yeah,
right? They're right there, right? So, like, look at how deep of an angle this is. This is beautiful. Just do it, you know? Just go for it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. But, I mean, the staging here is pretty good. I mean, you were doing it to go for the Hanzo, but this is all right. Just didn't do enough with that position. And then, obviously, Hanzo gets another kill. What do we got here?
Touch, I think. Oh, and he just titled me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, Hanzo did it.
It's all right. I mean, they just threw a lot at you. It was okay. Let's keep going here. So a lot of what I'm seeing is just how you're staging could be so much better. You're starting off on like these angles, which is like fine. But then we can be doing more, if that makes sense. Just doing more. That's all.
Like even in like masters, they don't like mark my hard flanks as much as I think they actually do.
They really don't. Yeah. So just use that. So that's just abuse that. Okay. Let's keep going here.
Oh,
Now you had a question here, I think, right?
What's this?
You had a question for this one, correct?
This one specifically right here. It's
Okay.
coming up when Reaper TP's up.
Okay, gotcha. Good staging.
I guess I'm frustrated because I don't force his Wraith because he gets break packs. I'm like, break packs for bubble just feels like.
Well, remember, it's not just not everything is a strict cooldown trade. It's also an attention trade. How many resources do you have in terms of people looking at you right now?
Reaper Brig.
Reaper Brig. That's 2 for 1, right? How much damage do you take during this trade?
Wow, 40. That's
40, okay? You bubble dance, great. So are you getting heal resources right now? Are you demanding heal resources right now?
No.
Correct. So what does that mean for your Life Weaver Wuyang?
hopefully they're shooting them out though.
They can do whatever they want, essentially, is the answer. Like, they can pocket whoever they want. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't really matter. So my point here is that this is generally a fine trade. It just is something that you can always ask, is there a better angle available? You know? So for here, if you see this and they're getting pocketed, you could go, is there another angle that I could stage from to juke this teleport? Because the difference between you and Reaper is Reaper's teleport is in a much longer cooldown, correct? So you could go, I don't like this angle. I see a better angle available. Where is that right now? If you make a snap second decision.
Jump to one of which high ground though? Like I'm either thinking the far high ground, like all the way on the left, or like the stair high ground, like close to me on the right.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, either one is fine, right? Like you could go here, you could go there. Yes. So you can look at this and be like, this is fine. I'm getting 2 resources, not taking any damage. That's okay. You could also look at this and be like, well, there's a better angle available if I'm just quick enough to decide. So if you don't have a better angle available, this is fine. If you do have a better angle available, well, do it, but do it quick. Does that make sense? Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, I mean, I would look at this and say it's okay, but it could be better. Yeah, I mean, you just lose this way. This is kind of one of those moments where it's like you're walking into a Malga Reaper.
I did not see the Reaper.
Yeah, well, even if you didn't see the Reaper, why would you choose this lane?
I was kind of thinking I could do the same thing, work the top right.
Sure, but is there another lane available to you right now?
I could top left, like through those.
Right, that's it. So do it. It basically, this is one of those moments where, yeah, going here is technically okay, but why would you choose the lane with Malga Reaper if you have another option available? It's kind of the TLDR.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's better. It's okay if it's the only option that you have, but if you have a better option, take it. That's the rule.
Okay.
And on this map, with this amount of verticality, you will almost always have another option available to you.
Okay.
And obviously, because the Reaper surprises you, you end up losing a lot of HP and not forcing any cooldowns out. Yes, go for it. Staging. Ooh. Almost.
I really wanted to go.
Yeah, that's all right. Good staging. Yeah, see, this is better. Like, you could even stand here and bubble trade here, or you could jump around and bubble trade from here. I mean, you're down 1, so it kind of stinks, but yeah. Our staging here was much better. I mean, it's all right. It's a Reaper without Wraith. You just didn't bubble dance it as well as we did last time. That's basically all there is to it. Okay. Oh dear. No. What's the next step here between your bubble cycles? What's next?
I think I can go deeper from top left.
I agree, right? You're waiting for your primal, right? So you might as well just go here and then drop this way. If somebody's here, great. If nobody's here, well, then go kill the Hanzo, right? You've earned that lane, so keep going. You've fallen back. Now, why have you fallen back? Because there is always a reason.
The habit, like just my gameplay loop became at some point, like bubble, jump backwards, like no matter what.
Right. For healing, right? Like, I assume healing.
Probably, yeah. Like, I'm just like, I don't have my resources. I don't have my bubble. I'm
right.
Probably like, what, 300, 400 HP, no armor.
Right. What ends up happening with Winston, though, is a lot of times that first bubble, especially if you're retaking space, isn't going to win you the fight. I mean, you look at what did this first bubble do. So it wasn't, first off, staged that well. It just kind of walked in front of the enemy team. But you know what? It created some space. It zoned them back. It allowed your team to walk forward. And then it got you to the high ground. So use that high ground that you've earned to then go kill somebody on your next jump. You know? Don't immediately feel like it's all the way in or all the way out over and over again. A lot of it's just next step, next angle, next step, next angle, next step, next angle. That's all there is. Because if you look at this next jump here, you've not improved your situation at all.
Right.
You know, we're kind of right back where we started, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Because where's your backline? You know, where's their backline? You know, where's their Reaper? Where's their Hanzo? Where's the Moira? Where's the Brig? And you don't have any scouting at all. Like, where are you going to stage your primal? Where's your alt fire angle here? You know, so it's just very happenstance. And then kind of we're in a situation where this isn't going to work. Okay. So from Winston, I want to see more deliberation in terms of rotating and setting up your next lane, your next angle, and not immediately thinking, okay, I just need to jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. Think more about the lane or the angle that you're staging on and try to think ahead of where's the next space that I can take, if that makes sense.
More deliberate with rotating and the next angle to take. Okay.
Now, if we were on PC here, I would have you jump into a ranked game right now, and we'd practice it right now. I'd have you go, okay, where's the next lane? Where's the next angle? Where's the next lane? Where's the next angle? Practice it live time, right? So I won't be able to do that, but that's going to be what I want you to do when you do play Winston. Where's my next lane? Where's my next angle? What's available to me? Don't worry as much about target priority, really. Just think about the next step, the next staging, the next step, the next high ground, the next angle, and then fighting whatever is on that angle or closest to you. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
If any questions come up with that, let me know. What's next?
Where is chat? I'm not very good. Okay.
Take your time.
This is just, if I can't get the Mercy ban, how do I deal with Mercy? Because this was Junkertown with like a pocketed sojourn.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Brig and the Reaper, remember?
Brig Reaper. Like, I just have to deal with
the 2 resources.
And, like, doing no damage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it.
That is a mental fortitude right there.
Well, the thing is like, so when you're dealing with 2 resources, you also have to remember that the target is not damage boosted when you're forcing healing. So that they're performing at a lower rate. Like, whenever we see a Mercy pocket, you can understand that it's not fun to have that gameplay loop as like a game design critic, you know? I get it. But also, you would never look at a Brig pocketed Reaper and say, I should kill that. You know, you're like, is this a good use of my time? That's a good question. But it's also not a question of you should kill. I mean, Mercy's one of their teammates. Like, she's an entire support resource gone, right? So it's fine. Punish her if she overextends or gets too close. Punish her if she takes a chip damage from somebody in your team or you have primal. Just fight her. That's basically it. Anything else here before we jump in?
Yeah, just the first couple of jumps onto the Mercy pockets, and then I'll move on from there.
Let's practice our staging. What lane is free here?
I honestly like rotate through this building, like all the way through the left of the inside, and I can I have a free jump onto.
To what?
Orb, I guess, but.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of an all in, right? That feels a little awkward. So what would you do? It's very open, very exposed.
Drop from this, take the stairs way off to the left.
Yeah, you could jump to here, pop an alt fire. Then what would you do from here? Now we're getting really flanky, right?
All the way.
Okay.
Like drop from here, walk behind, jump on Torb or destroy tyrant first.
See what happens, right? Maybe Torb chases you, drops off the high ground. Maybe he doesn't. Then you jump from here and you walk onto Torb Kiriko, pop bubble.
I wonder if I've been holding myself back because like I don't know. I watch some of these videos and I'm like, so just be a sneaky monkey is like my kind of perception.
Well, you're only a sneaky monkey because who's on the side of the map? Nobody. Do you want to jump 2 people clumped in the middle of nowhere? Not particularly. Not if it's no things. You know, that's it.
So just always coming in from the sides or behind.
Correct.
Like kind of like Tracer.
Correct. Here's what happened. If there's a Kiriko here or a Tracer here or maybe even an isolated Torb, I'd probably jump them and fight them right here. Fight them for the angle.
Because they're on like the edge of their team.
Correct. But if there's nobody on the lane, then you just walk and take it for free.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, think about ruins, right? How many times did we end up bubbling a Malga on this side? You know, it's fine because he was there, you know. But if there's nobody there, just keep walking. Keep walking. Yep. That's it. So you may end up flanking if they're not really controlling space very well. Like right now, this Torb Kiriko are a little clumped, right? So nobody's really stopping you from taking that lane. Now you could go here as well if you wanted to, but my concern is if you jump this far. See, this is the problem with crossing. So you asked me, what's the problem with crossing? You just saw the problem with crossing.
I get chunked on the way.
You get chunked, right? You get chunked, and the other problem too is also you don't really land where you want. Like you would like to land near cover, right? So you'd like to land maybe here, but it's kind of hard to go that far. You'd have to walk more in the open, take more damage to get to the angle that you wanted. So there's nothing wrong with the right side. If you had rolled out here, maybe this is the lesson to be learned here. It's better to start with Monkey on this window instead, you know, situationally. But I mean, I don't know. I mean,
usually you run Sigma on this map, but I think I was just like, no, I'm going to run Monkey.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So it's not a bad jump.
Like a Gooshway video, and I was like, how the frick do you run Monkey on jump?
Yeah. It's. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, again, you look at that. The soldier died. Who would have thunk, right? So. Okay. Like, where's the next lane here, right? This looks good to me.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oh, that's kind of lazy because I was thinking like the stairs from like walking backwards down the stairs and coming from behind almost.
Like, what do you mean backwards from the stairs? Where?
So like I'm on this high ground where the junk trap is. I walk backwards down the back right stairs,
All the way over
and I
here?
come I come from
But you're not.
behind
But
them.
you're not over here. You're over here.
Oh, when I was on the high ground, would that have been?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, but see, for you to stay in the high ground would have meant taking a lot of damage, right? You were looking for cover
Oh,
here,
okay.
correct?
Okay.
So it wasn't maybe the best jump, but you're here now. So what's the next step from where you are? You know, that's kind of what I want to see.
Okay.
So you could have gone, well, I could have jumped here. Okay, for sure. But like you're here. Like all we're looking to do is like immediately what's the convenient lane or the convenient angle, right? And from here, it's probably, if anything here, it's like here, if anything, you know, or just AFKing, waiting for your next bubble and going from there. Like we're looking for simplicity here. What's convenient? What makes sense? Taking damage there doesn't make sense. But jumping behind the Torb, pulling them away from your team is good. This is great.
And him living.
This is just what doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not bad, but it doesn't make a lot of sense either. Because that Torb, yeah, sure. But if you're going to drop and disengage from this position, where should you drop and disengage?
Like kind of on the same lane.
Yeah, just kind of in the same lane. Just drop.
Yeah.
Or even back to here. Why? So that you can just walk in and do it again. You know? Because you're still going to take damage here. And we're once again in front of the enemy team. We're going to have to do the same jump, you know? And there it is again. That's not a bad jump by any means. It just could have been... If we reposition our camera to we have bubble here... I mean, I mean, Merry Christmas, right? Like, it's the same jump, but we take less damage, and there's more of an element of surprise to do it. And in fact, you could even go deeper if you had the opportunity or time to. So, yeah, basically, TLDR is I just want you to use the lane that you're on and just keep going from there.
Okay. I think I've been hesitant to do like deep flanks. I think it's just like you always worry that like your team's not going to hold up while you're setting up, I guess.
Yeah, but what are you doing in the meantime, you know?
You're Winston, like AI doesn't make sense to do anything else.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing anything anyway. So you might as well take the time because you're not really a contributor to your team's success at all. So that's it. You might as well take the time. So let's look at this here. We'll look at this last jump. Off to the side. This is fine. Yep, sure. Yeah, I mean, this was fine. There's just, basically the way to look at it is there wasn't enough contribution from you early in this fight. And so then everything that you're doing now is just trying to make up for lost time. That's essentially the way to look at it. There's not been enough here because it was too late before you started to actually do things, if that makes sense. Okay. Did you want to keep going with this, or did you want to pivot over again?
I did want to pivot. I hope we can get them in. I know we're getting to the end here. I can't believe it's already been an hour.
Yeah, it's all right.
Or when did we start? I'm not.
We started. Well, we started like 15 minutes late, so we got another 10 minutes at least.
I had questions about Sigma, and then I do play a lot of Tracer, and I really enjoy Tracer, and I want to take it better. Okay,
We
so
can speed run it.
I'll do my Sigma code. Where's chat? Oh, I did the pop-up one.
Okay. You said Sigma here.
Yep.
Okay.
Sigma, my biggest thing is I just feel like when you're defending, like you just constantly walk backwards. Like it just feels weird to me that I like.
Did you want to look at the defense then?
Yeah, let's look at the defense.
Yeah, okay.
And then I have questions about shield uses, I guess.
Okay. If you're constantly walking backwards, you're not doing enough damage.
Okay.
So you maintain your range at the start because basically the way to think about Sigma is that he has the weakest brawl potential, like short range potential, but he has the best potential to weaken other people's brawl potential, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like you talk about accretion, you talk about your damage, you talk about your ability to manage your HP with shields so you don't take damage early in the fight. And you're like, well, I can break shields, force CDs, whittle people down, stop healing follow-up. And so when the Ryan gets to me, if I'm positioned and using my CDs properly, I can knock his teeth in. I don't care about his hammer, right? Like that's the idea with SIG. And if you're not getting a position or not hitting your shots or not hitting your CDs, then yeah, you're gonna need to back up. But that's like the symptom, not the disease, you know? So like right now, you look at this Junker Queen, you look at yourself, right? Like part of it's because you're in defense, but also it's like, if this Junker Queen shouts and runs in your face, should you be scared? No.
No, I can rock her. And
you can accretion her in the face and then shoot her, and then she's going to die, right? The problem is then, do you get damage in? And the problem is well, you know, you didn't, right? So you're trying to shoot here, but you're not quite getting the splash. You don't quite get the splash. And so Sigma is probably the most mechanically important character in the entire tank in the entire game, because you know, even a wrecking ball, like you got like uniquely difficult. I'm not saying it's the most difficult mechanics, but it's like the most important mechanically, because there, if you don't hit your shots, your entire pressure is gone. Like your pressure's gone, and it's not easy to hit your shots because it's unique mechanics essentially. So when I look at this here, for example, this shield is fine. Probably wouldn't recall shield at that point because you're in the act of being shot, you know. And the long and short of it is that you just didn't do any damage here. That's all. You just didn't do any damage. You didn't hit your shots. You didn't hit your accretion. Your shield management, which is probably going to be your question, isn't great because right now you're getting exploded, and then you chose to recall your shield. Now, maybe you recalled your shield because the casty walked away, and I understand, but it's fine to have shield out a little bit longer if there's a good reason for shield.
I think early on, I took the like tip of like never let your shield break, and I recall it really fast sometimes.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and then I also try to avoid like just having it out to take like spam damage, but I guess just find balance and stuff.
Right, like when we talk about spam damage, what we're really talking about is damage that doesn't matter right now. Is this fight committed right now? So then let your shield hang out. It's fine. Yeah, I mean you're basically like, we're at a point in time where like you're going through the motions of like putting out your shield and recalling it, but you don't really know why or when. You don't really have any reason for it. It's just kind of random. So I want you to be more deliberate with your shield usage, even if it ends up getting broken. So if you look at this angle here and you're like, I'm using my shield to help me to use Queen, yes, that's good. Don't recall it. Okay? If you drop your shield because you're like, okay, Queen's 1, I don't need it, and this Cassidy's on the angle, so I'm like, then don't recall your shield here.
Okay. So just
right?
very
just leave
deliberate.
It. Very deliberate, right.
Like,
So less shuffling, essentially. Because if you're talking about high-level Sigma play, there's a lot of shuffling, but they shuffle it a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's where I picked it up, is like, obviously I watch a lot of, and I'm like,
right.
Like flashing and pulling. I'm
correct. But there's deliberate shuffling, essentially, right? So you can't mirror the shuffling, but you can mirror the deliberate. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I want you to do. Yeah, you'll get better at it the more that you be it deliberate. But like right now, essentially, you're just mimicking the speed without really knowing why. Like right now, don't drop your shield because you're going to get shot.
Yep.
Right? So if you drop your shield here, this would be a mistake. This is a dropping of a shield because there's nothing to shield anymore. You understand? So that little segment of shield usage right there was exactly what I want from you. This is spam damage. This is what you don't shield.
Because they're not even taking the fight yet.
Correct, right? So you can shield, you can flash your shield here if you'd like, but yeah, don't keep it up. Because you can just jiggle peek and not take like any damage. Yeah, this is fine. This is not spam damage. Because now they're taking an engagement.
She's shouting,
correct.
Okay.
So then you recall shield because she walks through your shield, which is correct. You accretion as she walks forward, and then you go to push, and then you go to shield yourself so that you can safely push and cut off the healing. That wasn't perfect, but that was much better than first fight.
Okay.
Not only from hitting your shots, but also from like actually thinking about using your shield. That was very nice.
Can we go to they cap first, and it's second point, and that's where I just feel like I'm backing up like the whole way, but we eventually
right here.
Fight. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they go Samba and we do it back there.
Well, your big problem here is right from here. You're down 1, and you're walking forward beyond the choke. We're not fighting here. We're fighting here. So you should be drawing the line here. You get what I'm saying? So what happens is because you over push here, right here, you lose a lot of HP for no reason. Which then means, yeah, you do back up because you just lost a ton of HP. You've lost your shift and you're down 1. So now we're going to stay this corner here. Okay. Good. Yeah, there's no reason to back off here. If anything, walk forward. Yeah, good. I mean, I don't see any problem with this.
Sorry to wonder.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if it's this fight. There's just a point where it's kind of soon. Oh, after this. Oh,
Hacked again. Playing this back corner. Yeah, maybe this isn't the... Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because I don't see any major problems here. In terms of where you're fighting. If you're backing up here, it's just because your Tracer's dead.
down 1. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I
this
think
is
they
fine. I would
walk.
say you don't have to necessarily back off here because you're down 1, but you still have map control. Where could you be right now? Small adjustment.
I have levitation. I literally could just go to high ground.
You could go to high ground at the very least. Just play this corner, right? Like, see what happens. Maybe we could Kitsune. Like, if your Kiriko's got a brain, like she'll use Kitsune Rush right here, and we can actually hold this corner. But yeah, exactly. You could also just levitation. I think to here, and then from here go to high ground. I mean, I don't know. Like, sure.
Oh,
like,
I had a question about Sigma perks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the new miner is the one where I was.
It's not
like,
good enough.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Yeah, it's okay. Like the other one's just too good. It's too good.
That's what I was like, there's no way. Like I get an extra accretion. Like
Yeah, it's too good. It's so forgiving too. Like it's so much accretion charge. If you even eat like a little bit of chip damage, just like freaking 4 seconds, it's too good.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the majors, everyone picks levitation. I watch, but like I really love the melee one on very.
I think the melee one is actually way more often the one you're gonna pick.
Yeah, like on flat, like levitation. I love for like this one because there's like little high ground.
It's fine. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think this is reasonable.
First point circuit. Like if I had, no, it's like Havana. That third point. Like there's the giant high ground, but that's really for like my hit scan. If I had the melee one,
if there's not a high ground that you can consistently reach, just melee perk is just better because it just does more damage too. It's just
the
really good.
Was the biggest one for me, and they're stuck. I don't know if they're hindered or not because like I killed a Reaper one time and I didn't know if he had a wraith or not.
They're not. I don't think they're hindered, but they do lose part of their control of their character just for a brief moment. So because they're knocked back,
and then you can hit the follow up shot really easy.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I say easily,
I know what you mean. Yeah, not easily, but easier. Yeah. Yeah, I mean this is fine. I mean. This is where, like, I think if the reason if you feel like maybe you're backing off is you're not obviously realizing that you're down 1, right? But we're not down 1 anymore. If anything, it's not you're not using corners enough. So like here, I'm not saying you should necessarily tuck into that small right room, but you could be backing off to the next corner, or you could honestly even just draw the line in the sand here. And be like, I'm going to live or die here and hold this corner. Because you have defender's advantage, which means you always have corner usage and they don't. They have to walk into you. The problem is that you're standing on main, just slowly backing off. And the irony is they actually have more cover usage than you because they're actually using payload. So you need to treat Sigma like a Reinhardt that plays a corner, but pokes you as you walk forward.
Okay.
You can rotate if you need to, but like, for example, you could also just levitate to high ground here and actually use the angle here. But the problem is that you're staying on main and just slowly backing off without actually using the thing that makes defender's advantage strong, which is the corner. Play the corner. Like, commit to the corner. Hold your accretion, play the corner. Like, you're literally on a neutral advantage. Now, your support's an idiot. She doesn't press Kitsune Rush for whatever reason. But also at the same time, why are we standing here? Why not here? Or here, or high ground, essentially. You're too one lane focused with what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Okay.
That was it for Sigma. I had one tracer code. That's
okay.
Right.
I could probably look at one fight, but yeah, we'll speed run it.
I know exactly which one if I can get to it. The whole flex roll thing, it doesn't feel so good when you gotta bounce between everything.
That's all right.
Okay. So I watch a lot of tracer videos, obviously. My biggest thing is like I keep rotating and they just keep feeling like they just are super far away from me. This is a midtown loss.
Which fight do you want to look
It's, I think, were we attacking? I want to say second point attack. Yeah, second point attack.
at? Okay. This one here?
When do we get to it? No, a little further. I think, yeah, we get stuck.
Like here?
It's getting close, but yeah, it's the same thing with the... Oh, I thought they were double hit skin. Yeah, they were double hit skin.
Yeah,
so they're like double hit
skin.
skin, mercy pocket, and like trying to rotate to get close to them was miserable this entire second point.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is just not a great point for Tracer in terms of like where you're playing. You know, it's just very open. I mean, this is the correct play. You just need to do it faster and like not walk into the bus. You know what I'm saying? So you get stuck here. Like we need to already be here at full HP. You know, and if we're here at full HP, now it's a good Tracer point because we got here, and 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 you can approach from behind here, right? So it's like we have all these angles to play from. You just took way too long to get here, and then turned your attention to the Sojourn while the soldier had an angle on you. You just need to deepen probably here and then play this approach from here instead. That's all.
We get stuck here for a long time. And
yeah. We can keep skimming around and just see how your approach looks.
Oh god. I remember this break.
Yeah, I mean, this is just where you probably shouldn't force chasing this. This just doesn't make any sense. Like, when you're rotating here, what's your responsibility when you've... It's the same thing with Winston, right? What's your responsibility right now?
Either Moira or Sojourn.
Or Cart, right? Like, you just keep going. Just keep rotating the lane, walk all the way to here, right? It's what's on your lane. When you cross, you die. Because who can shoot you for free right now? Soj. You see how awful this feels? Trust where you're laning. Trust where you're laning. When you cross, you die. Even with blinks. Even with Winston jump, you know? I would, to be honest with you, force right side. I wouldn't brute force a contested angle. That's being pocketed.
That's another thing. Like, so like, obviously short range off angles, and a lot of times for me, that feels like it should be like enclosed rooms. But I don't know if it's the skill issue, but I don't like enclosed rooms as Tracer.
Well,
like,
this is not an off angle. Necessarily,
oh,
right? He's looking directly. Well, not. It's not. It has nothing to do with the enemy team. It's your team. Your entire team is right here. You being here is not an off angle. Let me look. You see it? I can literally draw a line from your Sigma and connect with your entire team. This is not an off angle. Now, if your teammates were here, then this would be an off angle. You understand what I'm saying? This is not an off angle. So take what's available to you right here. And you could feel it, right? This feels so much better because we're off to the side. That's too far. Yeah, we just need to deepen, if that makes sense. Take what's available, commit to your angle, commit to your lane. Don't cross, trust. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else? That's my biggest thing with Tracer. I guess I'll just end on that. Is like these parts of the map where like hit scans are just so very far away, and I have to keep rotating. I know I have to keep rotating to get close to them.
Yep. Yep.
And so then I'm like, should I keep with Tracer or should I like I'm trying to pick up Genji because I hear Genji's pretty good in the hit scan and like I don't know, but like I know I can force it, but like I'm just pretty much a Tracer one trick, and like trying to run Tracer on like a circuit or something is like pretty difficult. But like my other option is just play like a hit scan that I'm just not great at, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you just need to keep rotating, right? Tracer's super flexible, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. All right, mate. Any questions before we finish this up?
I feel like such a yapper. I don't know. I've been looking forward
to this
for a while.
No, it's fine. Like, and obviously, if any questions you can't remember, just shoot. You can always message me afterwards. It's not a problem.
Of course. No. I play a little support, but I don't enjoy it as much anymore. My main question, I just have one question about Baptiste.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, Bap, I feel like is one of the best supports at just sitting on main and like tank trading. But like, I guess when to sit on main and when to like off angle, or you should just always off angle and like.
You should always off angle, but off angling doesn't necessarily mean like hard flanking. You know, you have a much stronger range signature, so you don't have to deep flank. Essentially, you just take what angles are available and shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. And remember, off angling is just in the context of your team, right? Where is my team? I will take a soft angle and we'll go from there. That's basically all there is to it, you know?
And then like just support in general, I was like, I think I play best when I like you kind of like support, you get drawn into like I have to like heal my tank or something, but like I guess I should just like play the position first and then
Correct.
heal the damage what's there. Okay.
Correct. And remember, your angle is often will be an angle where you can see your tank too. You know, just a little off to the side, not directly behind your tank, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, do I need a brawl tank or is like Sigma
No.
and like no, you don't need a brawl tank?
No, you don't
and
need a
you're,
brawl tank.
Like, tank. Okay.
No, I mean there will be situations where a brawl tank will be optimal, but Sigma or Winston is going to be good enough. You'll be fine.
Okay. Sweet.
Yep.